What's up, everybody? This is Master Ian Gamer, and this year's upcoming BlizzCon event is cancelled. No, you're not watching a video from back in 2020 or 2021. BlizzCon 2024, as officially confirmed now by Blizzard themselves, will indeed not be happening. Just a short while ago, they put out this short article addressing BlizzCon 2024, basically just making a statement that it, is cancelled. After careful consideration over the last year, we at Blizzard have made the decision not to hold BlizzCon in 2024. This decision was not made lightly, as BlizzCon remains a very special event for all of us, and we know many of you look forward to it. While we're approaching this year differently, and as we have explored different event formats in the past, rest assured that we are just as excited as ever to bring BlizzCon back in future years. The article then goes on to talk a bit about some other little things they have planned and other events that aren't BlizzCon, where Blizzard stuff will be shown off this year, but this is the short and simple of it. It's just them saying, hey, no BlizzCon 2024. Now, for me at least, it certainly raises the question of why exactly BlizzCon 2024 has been canceled. After all, BlizzCon 2023 was a thing that happened. BlizzCon came back after having not had a live event since 2019, so the fact that they would then immediately go and stop doing BlizzCons once again does seem a little strange. Now, there are a few different reasons why Blizzard may have opted to not have a BlizzCon this year. I think the first and most evident reason, perhaps, why there's not going to be anything major event-wise for BlizzCon is that, the Microsoft acquisition has probably shaken things up internally to such a degree that maybe it just wouldn't really make sense for there to be a BlizzCon. Whether the transition to being under Microsoft's ownership has just stunted development of games and projects and whatnot to such a degree that there just literally wouldn't be anything to show off at BlizzCon 2024, or maybe Microsoft themselves just don't think BlizzCon is a worthwhile event to hold now that they're in control of the company. I think it's pretty safe to say that the Microsoft acquisition, to some degree, has likely had an impact on them making the decision to cancel BlizzCon 2024. With Microsoft doing their own Xbox showcases and stuff throughout the year, perhaps they're at the point where they're like, with Blizzard under their own umbrella of Microsoft, maybe it would make more sense to just show off Overwatch and Warcraft-related things at those, as opposed to having their own designated Blizzard event. It would help to streamline things, help to enforce the idea of Blizzard now being part of Microsoft. So from a company's perspective, I think there's a lot of reasons why Microsoft may have been the ones to ultimately make this decision. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that Microsoft was exclusively the reason that this is being done, and there's perhaps a few other factors in play here. For one, I don't think BlizzCon 2023 was quite as successful as Blizzard had hoped it would be. Certainly in terms of attendance to BlizzCon 2023 itself, there evidently were not as many tickets sold as Blizzard had initially anticipated, and overall interest for the event was just not that high. This would of course make sense given Blizzard's not so positive track record over the past several years, along with the fact that BlizzCon as an event had been on hiatus since 2019. So even with their grand debut of returning BlizzCon in 2023 and introducing all the exciting new stuff they showed off there, overall I think BlizzCon just as an event isn't as popular as it was only half a decade ago. And so if the numbers for BlizzCon 2023 maybe just weren't there in terms of attendance or revenue or simply interest garnered by the event existing, that may also well have factored into Blizzard's decision not to host one in 2024. Though if I'm being honest, on some level, as exciting as BlizzCon is, having this in-person event where we get to go and see the panels and the showcases and everything, I kind of personally feel like BlizzCon as an event maybe isn't really something that's necessary anymore. Again, considering Blizzard's track record recently and just the overall general impression of Blizzard as a company at this point, it kind of amazes me that there are even enough people who would want to go to an event like BlizzCon to justify them having an event like BlizzCon. Whatever profit margins may have existed for this event in past years, I'm sure they've gotten far narrower as of 2023. So just scrapping the event outright and pushing whatever updates may have come during this into just other little updates that happen throughout the year may just be the best business decision for both Blizzard and now at this point, Microsoft as well. And speaking of, what does this mean exactly for content coming in the future for games like Overwatch 2, Diablo, Warcraft? Well, I mainly focus on Overwatch here on this channel, so I won't delve much into those latter ones, but in terms of Overwatch, I am curious to see if there's any sort of change to the cadence of content releases going forward. Of course, with Microsoft's acquisition of Blizzard, I was already expecting there to be some degree of shakeup and perhaps some sort of at least temporary slowing down of content releases, or at least the amount of content being put out, given that the company has to transition in such a way. And again, I'm wondering now if this BlizzCon cancellation sort of ties back into that. BlizzCon 2023, at least when it came to Overwatch, was a rather interesting one in that they showed off a lot of what was to come in 2024. Not only did they announce the release of Mauga as the next tank hero at the time, but also they showed off Venture, Space Ranger, and even a little sneak peek of the next tank hero after that, thus giving us some form of roadmap of hero releases for the entirety of 2024. This, along with teasing several of the season themes we'd be getting this year and showing off the new Clash game mode, talking about different balance changes and system changes that'll be coming. Blizzard did go curiously overboard with all the future content they had announced for 2024 back at BlizzCon 2023. Well, if there is no BlizzCon 2024, what does that mean about content for 2025 and beyond when it comes to Overwatch? Honestly, that is still a ways out, so I'm not going to make any hard predictions or speculation about what necessarily it means, but it is at least a little worrying just considering how BlizzCon is a great time for Blizzard to announce major projects and new things to come, and without BlizzCon happening, does that mean they won't necessarily have a ton of stuff to show off during that time frame? Or will they simply push it to other event showcases, such as smaller ones held by Xbox, or other conventions such as Gamescom, which historically Blizzard has shown up to quite often in the past? I don't know. Honestly, I do not know what this future looks like, but it is worth considering what sort of future might lie ahead with no BlizzCon 2024, with perhaps the final and biggest question of all being, will there ever be another BlizzCon? Will BlizzCon 2023 be the last BlizzCon that ever happens? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it is. But again, we're talking about things multiple years down the line in the future. There's no way to say for sure at this point, but I would love to hear your thoughts on all this in the comments down below. What are your thoughts on Blizzard canceling BlizzCon 2024? Do you think this is the right decision for them to do going forward? Are you disappointed? What do you think it means when it comes to content production for games such as Overwatch? And how might Microsoft's acquisition have influenced this decision? I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below, and as always, be sure to subscribe, hit up that bell icon, follow me on X, and join my Discord server to hang out and never miss any of my future Overwatch 2 news, streams, and other content. Special thanks to my YouTube channel members who help make these videos possible, and if you'd like to join them to earn some cool rewards, then just hit that join button down below. Otherwise, this is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.